I'm Bill Clutter, a private investigator and author of the book Coal Tar: How Corrupt Politics and Corporate Greed Are Killing America's Children, which is scheduled to be released on March 1st, 2022. But you don't have to wait until next year to read this story about my investigation of a childhood cancer epidemic that was caused by the greed of an electric utility company, Central Illinois Public Service Company, that exposed the town of Taylorville, Illinois, to coal tar. I'm offering those who donate to a not-for-profit organization I started called Investigating Innocence. A free digital version of the book is a gift for any donation, no matter how small. For donors who can afford more, as a gift, you will receive an advance edition of the paperback by giving $50 or more so we can continue our work to free the wrongfully convicted, like Christopher Vaughn, whose story was recently told by iHeartRadio in the podcast Murder in Illinois. Visit our website, www.investigatinginnocence.org, to help us free the innocent. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And this is an excerpt of Chapter 1 called A Silent Killer. In July of 1985, Jerry Horton purchased an old brick building at 1917 Webster Street in Taylorville, Illinois. The last business to operate there had been a nightclub in the 1970s called Backstreet. Long before that, it began as a coal gasification plant. Horton planned to use the old brick building as an office for his asbestos abatement company, Apple Contractors. A mineral known for its flame-retardant properties, asbestos was added as a building material in the construction of vessels and structures after H.W. Johns Manufacturing Company formed in 1858 on Manhattan Island in New York City. But by 1943, the first scientific study linked asbestos exposure to the lung disease mesothelioma, and other published studies confirmed the association. With tragic unintended consequences, early efforts to tear out asbestos, wrapped around pipes and embedded in building materials, caused a significant health risk to the public by releasing fibers airborne. These small fibers became lodged deep into the tissues of the lung and caused those exposed to develop mesothelioma. As a public health policy initiative, the U.S. EPA proposed a ban on asbestos for commercial sale and manufacture in 1989. But the asbestos manufacturers sued the EPA and convinced a Louisiana federal judge to overturn the ban in 1991. So there is no ban today. Horton lived in Mowequa in Christian County, where he owned a horse farm, raising Morgan quarter horses. He needed soil for a berm he wanted to build on his farm. That summer in 1985, he took a backhoe to his newly acquired property in Taylorville, churned up the dirt, and loaded several truckloads of what he assumed was good prairie soil, and hauled it to his farm along Route 48 through Stonington, a drive of 27 miles to Mowequa. When Horton's prized Morgan horses began to die, he suspected something in the environment was killing them. But more than horses were dying in that small Illinois community. 4-year-old Chad Baker loved to play in Manners Park across the street from the old gas plant. His mother, Debbie Baker, was just 18 when she gave birth to her first child on April 18, 1982. She named her baby boy Charles after his paternal grandfather, but called him by his nickname, Chad. A single parent, Debbie lived not far from Manners Park. Her mother, Anna Baker, and her father, Charles, lived in Kincaid, 8 miles west of Taylorville. They helped raise Chad. Grandpa Charles would often push Chad's swing at the playground in Manners Park, and his family took little notice of what was happening across Webster Street at the old gas plant. Years later, Debbie Baker recalled to me how cute Chad looked, riding his red big wheel, wearing his little pair of cowboy boots as he pedaled away. Grandpa Charles remembers the day he was driving Chad to Hillsboro in his old blue Ford station wagon. His grandson's eyes lit up when he heard Eddie Rabbit sing "I Love a Rainy Night" on the radio. His little body swayed with the rhythm of the music. One day, Chad's family noticed that he was not feeling well. "We thought he had the flu," said his Aunt Gina, who was just a few years older than Chad. But after several days with no improvement in his condition, his grandmother Anna made an appointment to see his pediatrician in Taylorville. The doctor felt his swollen lymph nodes, announced that he was making referral for Chad to see a cancer specialist right away. Chad was rushed to the pediatric hematology and oncology clinic at St. John's Hospital in nearby Springfield. Doctors initially believed it was Wilm's tumor, but additional tests revealed it was something else. The medical report noted the diagnosis at this point will be changed. We believe that this is primarily neuroblastoma. The cancer began in Chad's left adrenal gland and had metastasized, spreading to vital organs, to his kidney, to his liver, into the marrow of his bones, and into his lungs. Surgery was performed to remove the tumor. He underwent 3 doses of radiation treatment, bombarding his little body with 120 rads of radiation therapy. Doctors worked quickly to try to slow and kill the growth of the cancer, but it was too late. Chad's weight rapidly dwindled. His eyes darkened around the sockets, described in his medical chart as raccoon eyes. His family watched helplessly and witnessed his last moments of life. Before succumbing to the cancer, he had a stroke, which his doctors suspected was caused by a tumor that had invaded his brain. He died 2 days later, on November 19, 1986. A little more than a month later, after the cancer was first detected. By this time, public health officials were investigating the old gas plant on Webster Street, where toxic carcinogens had been agitated by activities of the current owner, leading to the discovery of coal tar that had contaminated the environment. He was not alone. The nursing staff suddenly noticed their new pediatric oncology unit at St. John's Hospital nearby Springfield was filling up with other children from Christian County. I began my investigation of this case in 1990, then as a candidate for the Illinois Senate. I made a phone call to the CDC and discovered there was another community in Morgan City, Louisiana that had also been exposed to coal tar from a toxic waste incinerator. There were 5 children there, and by the time we went to trial in our civil case in 1998, there were 7 children from Christian County in Taylorville, Illinois, who developed neuroblastoma. Only 3 of those children survived. None of the children from Morgan City are alive today. And this was the most intense investigation I've conducted to date. This case literally consumed about a decade of my life and eventually became the Illinois Supreme Court precedent in 2002, Donaldson versus Central Illinois Public Service Company. So if you make a donation to Investigating Innocence, go to our website, www.investigatinginnocence.org. We need to raise more money to conduct the post-conviction investigation in the case of Christopher Vaughn and other cases that we're working on. Through your donation, we can free the wrongfully convicted, and I need your help to do that. So please, go to our website, give what you can, and as a gift, I'll give an advance copy of the paperback for those who give $50 or more, and all donors will get a free digital copy once it's available. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. We'll be updating this with more readings from coal tar and also updating people on the case of Christopher Vaughn and the other cases that you care about. Thank you.